Yo, 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 this is King Earner coming to you guys live and direct. First and foremost, go to King Earner official page on Instagram. Grab that honorable Condas Crispus. And we have the honorable sour sap leaves. Listen, more than anything, we got the honorable sea moss soap. You already know how that's coming. Everything has 92 of that 102 minerals that your body is made of. Later, it will be a link in a bio for you to go grab. But until then, hit me in my DM and cash at me, and you be right to you first thing. It's crazy because I see couples, I see relationships, and I see people. They love one another, but they always figure out one way, somehow, to go against one another. I'm the type of individual that I don't care what my partner done wrong, even if it's incorrect. If she's right, and if she's wrong, she's right. I'm going to support it 100,000% because guess what? There's nothing that comes in front of her. But in this world that we live in, we see couples and we see relationships go against each other all the time. Now, advice is one thing. When you say, hey, listen, hubby, or listen, wifey, this shouldn't be like this. That shouldn't be like this. How about you take a different approach? But never tell someone how it shouldn't be or what they're doing incorrect if it doesn't go against anything that they're giving. I don't care if it's hanging goddamn trees, cutting them off. I don't care what it is. We figure out a way where we agree with our partner so we can go ahead and get some development growth. Now, a lot of individuals are going to say, well, goddamn, if you agree with your partner all the time, I mean, how can your partner ever have understanding? Well, I'm going to give you understanding. There's something called opinion and facts. If you're a partner, meaning like you're in a relationship, and if it's not something that's going against exactly what's going on and it's an opinion of yours, give your opinion more of in a gentle manner, whereas though that person can have understanding. And guess what? It has seemed more like teamwork to make the dream work instead of just an individual understanding of an opinion. I think about love in these times and it says, it has a different factor. It has a different view than we had at a time coming up as children. I mean, some would disagree, but guess what? It's your opinion to disagree. But the fact remains that I never seen my grandmother and grandfather have any type of goings against one another when it came down to goals, responsibilities, or even them creating something that we will call a foundation. Because back then, it was more of a foundation over a platform. See, platforms is superficial, you see? And you have so many individuals acting and frauding that you can't really see the individual that's coming live and direct like myself. Me, I'm the type of individual, I don't care what I post, as long as it's not going against what I'm saying. As long as I'm not saying the youngest pick up a pistol and go kill every real Zach, why are you upset at me when I'm telling you to recycle crime? Because it's a way you can do it. You don't gotta say real Zach all the time. So you have an alternative. Stop recycling crime. What does a real Zach do? He ruins our community because he gets caught. And instead of doing a time like everyone else, he gets the slap on the wrist. He gets to come home. He never understands from his wrong. But the guy like myself, we don't get a slap on the wrist. We got to do day for Phil Zuck and Dilze. And guess what? That's not a slap on the wrist. So you can have understanding more. That stop recycling crime is an individual that goes and lock people up. He's recycling crime. He's telling the police, hey, this, that, and the third, but yet he's a real Zat and he's involved in crime. That's recycling it. Where are we beginning to be delusional in everything that we do? Where are we beginning to be delusional on who we should be carrying it with, who we riding with, man? Listen, closed doors or out in the open, I have no disagreements to anything that a loved one is doing. I'm going to ride with them until what? The wheels fall off with no goddamn steering wheel. And you got to have understanding of that. Because when we crash together. We don't crash separate ways, though. I crash, you crash later. When I crash, you feel that same crash. And guess what? When you feel in that same crash, you have an understanding that you cannot, I repeat, not back one another. I don't care what's going on out here. Everybody I hate Judas that told on Isa alayhi salam, but guess what? With the real Zach that goes on around the corner, that told on another brother that was involved in the same crimes they done, nobody's not going to say nothing about that. Let's better yet, a man such as myself, I could be preaching honor all the way to the fullest, right? About don't pick the guns up, don't use drugs, don't do drugs. But the minute I post a woman with a Phil's ass, Ill's ass, guess what I'm going to hear? I'm going to be ridiculed as a man. Oh, what is he doing? He's showing Ill's ass. Oh, my goodness. But hold on for a second. If I haven't told your child to go pick up a gun and kill a real Zad or go do some krills on, what's your bicker about me loving women? Huh? You're going to say, oh, my daughter didn't like that. But hold on for a second. You're the same one preaching that strippers aren't strippers anymore. They're entertainers, correct? You're not giving it a nickname. So why should you assume that I'm giving it a nickname? People have understanding, but you have to have understanding that you ride until those wheels fall off with no goddamn steering wheel. And when you do that, guess what you do as a couple? You elevate. And guess what? You don't do the same against nobody else. That's not frauding. But the frauds, you give understanding to your woman and your woman give understanding to you. That's a frilzard. That's something that you don't be like. But you talking positivity and you being a man is not a frilzard, nor is a woman showing her ability to like a man and saying, hey, that man is walking around in a way where I like him. That woman has a right to have understanding. As long as she's not, promoting fornication, why am I mad at her specifically? Because what she's giving, the understanding of it, I'm going to honor that and love that because guess what? It's helping the children grow. We're not worried about nothing else that don't got nothing to do with the message because as long as the message does not contradict one another, we all on the same Phil Zuckin page. That means we in the same home. What goes on in our home, stay in our home. We're under the same love and protection. No matter what ups and downs we have, we don't give a Phil Zuck who's watching because guess what? We have to deal with that amongst one another, but we never go against one another. We promote and we support all the way into the end of the grave. And if you can't do that, then you have to question yourself. Is you really ready for that person to be a part of your leadership? Because leadership doesn't just agree with a man being a leader. It also has to be with the woman being a leader too. Both of you follow each other subconsciously of how you move and how you carry things. But if you can't, guess what? What is you got going on? You got a dictatorship? I'm King Erna. I live in a democracy. And I do what? I drink coffee and never tea. King Erna live and direct. Stick together or fall apart. Live and direct.